Okay, so chapter 4, I'll start off by saying that I wanted to use the word Wall Street, not the stock market. So the term Wall Street has some significance. The stock market has been around for a long time. Pre-existed the United States, and it's always been just a fascination of mine to understand the capital markets, to understand how companies would succeed and thrive and grow and adapt to the changes in demands from consumers. And I believe that there are many people that are successful because of the stock market, whether it's a company going public, whether it's learning the fundamentals, the technical analysis, the fundamental analysis, and understanding companies and how they operate, how to analyze financials, and invest in either the equity or the debt of certain companies, just based on kind of what your education is. But Wall Street's different. Wall Street is full of investment banks or investment firms who, over the course of the last 30, 40 years, have aggregated trillions of dollars of the world's money, not just Americans, but the world's money. And they do it and they make trades and they form funds, mutual funds, ETFs, you have target date funds. There's all sorts of ways in which they've created a narrative that whatever the underlying product is makes sense for somebody that's going to give them money. And when you get into, the 401k and retirement planning in general, you start to see that, wow, like it's a machine and a very successful business. But as you'll start to look at some of the projections that I make, and as I make claims in regards to what a financial planner would tell you about the market, it's not necessarily the stock market that I'm putting this label on. I'm putting the label on Wall Street and these firms being able to provide financial products to somebody under the narrative that they're going to get returns and one day be able to retire, then looking at the actual results. And when you factor in fees, inflation, volatility, you're going to see that it is a cash cow for these investment firms. It's a cash cow for Wall Street, but it's not good for the American public. So there's a good friend of mine who I've done a number of podcasts with, as well as a joint event every year, a virtual event with alternative investments. And his name's Andy Tanner. And Andy is just an amazing guy. He's just as curious, if not more curious than I am, just about the nature of human beings, how things work. And Andy wrote the book 401 Chaos, and is a close confidant to Robert Kiyosaki when it comes to the stock market and trends in the capital markets. And him and I have just had amazing conversations. I benefited so much from his wisdom, and it really comes down to understanding who you are, educating yourself. And that is the first step when it comes to being successful in any financial strategy, whether it's the ones that I recommend in here, ones pertaining to the stock market. But if you do lean toward the stock market and you have found success there because of you, not because of some trader or money manager, I'd recommend Andy's book. So 401 Chaos. You can also go to andytanner.com. He's just an incredible individual, and if anything, you're going to learn a lot from him, whether or not you follow his advice. But go check him out. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you guys understand that, the idea of Wall Street is what I'm trying to really nail down, because Wall Street have literally made trillions of dollars off of the American public and haven't reciprocated that benefit in the way in which they had promised. Okay, so now let's get into chapter 5.